Breaking news! Could this be the last dance for one of Detroit's most tantalizing talents? Or is this just the beginning of a jaw-dropping breakout that fans will talk about for years? And what about the Olympic dreams brewing behind the scenes? Could it change everything for the Lions? Stay tuned, because this story is about to stir up some serious emotions. But before we move on, make sure you hit that like button if you're a true Lions fan. It's always amazing to see fans of all ages supporting this team. And if you feel like it, comment, "Go Lions, one pride." Let's get into it. The buzz around Allen Park is intensifying. And no, it's not just about the NFC Championship aspirations. It's about Jameson Williams. The ultra-talented, explosively fast wide receiver who was once a top draft pick is now heading into what could very well be the defining year of his career in Detroit. And here's where it gets spicy. This might also be his final year wearing a Lions jersey. That's not just a hot take. It's a sentiment echoed by respected voices close to the organization. Mike Valenti believes this could indeed be Williams' swan song in Motown, and he's not alone in that thought. Williams enters 2025 after steadily improving each year. Last season was his best yet, and this time around, he has more motivation than ever. This is a contract year. Add to that the arrival of offensive coordinator John Morton, a coach known for stretching the field and making the most out of speedy threats like Jameson, and it's the perfect storm for a breakout campaign. Morton, who never quite had the weapons to execute his vision with the New York Jets, now has a Ferrari in Williams, and you better believe he wants to put the pedal to the metal. Chris Perfett has gone on record stating that he believes Jameson Williams is primed for a breakout year. The numbers back that up. He crossed the 100-yard mark last season, a modest figure, yes, but he's poised to shatter that as Morton opens up the playbook. The only real obstacle? Injuries. If Williams can stay healthy, the sky is the limit. But here's where the optimism crashes into cold, hard reality. The Lions picked up Williams' fifth-year option, which shows they still believe in him, for now. But behind the scenes, another narrative is quietly building. Brad Holmes, Detroit's sharp and disciplined GM, has already drafted players like Tesla and made it clear he won't recklessly spend money, even on talent as promising as J-Mo. The list of rising stars the Lions need to pay is long. Sam Laporta, Brian Branch, Aiden Hutchinson, and soon enough, Terry and Arnold. That's not just a lot of talent, it's a lot of cash. So, where does that leave Williams? Is he part of the long-term vision? Or is he simply being set up to boost his trade value in a loaded offense before being moved? Some, like Valenti, think the writing is already on the wall. Williams isn't a bad fit, but questions about his maturity and long-term cultural alignment with the team persist. His development has been steady, not explosive. And as we've seen in the NFL, steady sometimes isn't enough. And let's not forget, this isn't just about stats or even talent. It's about fit, future payroll, and maximizing a Super Bowl window. Holmes is playing chess, not checkers, and no one is above being moved if it serves the bigger picture. Meanwhile, another controversial storyline is unfolding quietly but could have huge implications down the line. Several Lions players, including Amon-Ra St. Brown, have expressed interest in competing in the 2028 Olympics, specifically in flag football. For St. Brown, whose German heritage qualifies him to play for the German national team, the allure is real. He even posted cryptic hints on Instagram, suggesting serious interest. Now, while the NFL's official involvement in the 2028 Olympics in Los Angeles is still developing, the timing of such a move raises major questions. Olympic flag football would take place right around NFL training camp. Could that lead to player injuries? Will teams allow it? Could it disrupt the preparation of a team like Detroit with championship ambitions? This might sound like a distant issue. It's 2025, after all, but with core players voicing interest now, the front office and coaching staff will need to start thinking about it sooner than later. The idea of a top wideout playing for another country in the middle of your most important season prep? That's more than a talking point. It's a potential flashpoint. Now, while all this swirls, let's not forget what's happening on the other side of the ball. Defensive line coach Kelvin Shepard had some pointed thoughts on Marcus Davenport, a player he respects immensely for his work ethic this offseason. Davenport, a veteran presence, has been grinding daily and by all accounts is in great shape. The issue? Health. Davenport has been plagued by injuries the last 2 seasons. No matter how hard he trains, the only way he can prove himself is by staying on the field. Shepard doesn't doubt the man's character or effort, but availability is the best ability, especially for a team trying to get over the hump. So the big question remains, can Jameson Williams truly ascend into stardom this year and secure his future in Detroit? Or will this be the last time Lions fans see him wearing the jersey on Sundays? What do you think, Lions fans? Is Jameson Williams the future, or just a flash in the pan? Let's pick up right where we left off. The debate surrounding Jameson Williams is bigger than just one player. It represents a philosophical crossroad for the Detroit Lions as a franchise. Are they willing to roll the dice on upside and potential, or will they continue with the meticulous, disciplined approach that's defined the Brad Holmes era? There's no denying the Lions have built something special through the draft. Sam Laporta already looks like one of the best young tight ends in the league. Brian Branch is becoming a cornerstone of the secondary. Aiden Hutchinson is a face of the franchise-type talent. And now, with rookies like Terry and Arnold waiting in the wings, Holmes is constructing a roster that's deep, balanced, and built to last. But with that depth comes the challenge of maintaining a financial balance, and not everyone will get paid. That's the harsh truth. Williams sits right on the bubble of this equation. He's got the speed, the tools, and now, the perfect offensive coordinator. But he hasn't yet shown he can be that guy over a full season. Not consistently. That's why this year feels like a tryout, not just a contract year. If he shows up, dominates, and proves his value, not just with highlight plays but with reliability, then maybe the Lions find a way to make the money work. But if he falters or even just plays okay, that could be the end of the road in Detroit. And that's why fans should be watching every route, every target, and every big play from Jameson with a magnifying glass. This isn't just about his breakout, it's about his future. Now, pivoting back to the Olympics angle, Amon-Ra St. Brown's interest in representing Germany is both exciting and concerning. His German roots have always been part of his identity, his fluency in the language, his connection to the culture. But now that the Olympics are welcoming flag football and the NFL is involved, we're seeing a real possibility of players splitting time and focus. It sounds innocent. It sounds like fun. But imagine this. Training camp kicks off, and one of your top wide receivers is across the world competing in an Olympic event. Now consider the physical toll, even if it's non-contact flag football. The risk for injury is still real. Soft tissue problems, wear and tear, travel fatigue, it all adds up. And it happens right when teams are fine-tuning playbooks and chemistry. Would Dan Campbell be okay with that? Would Brad Holmes sign off on his stars missing crucial prep time for Olympic dreams? This isn't about being anti-Olympics. It's about priorities. The Lions are closer than they've been in decades. Every practice, every rep counts. Every distraction could be the one that costs them in January. But again, the worry isn't his heart. It's his health. He's missed time in back-to-back seasons with significant injuries. And fans, as well as the coaching staff, are right to be skeptical. You can't help the team from the trainer's room. So while Shepard praises his dedication, the real test will come when the pads go on and the games begin. If Davenport can stay on the field, he could be a game changer. But if he goes down again, the Lions might be forced to make a move, whether that's a trade or diving back into free agency. So now, all eyes are on the field, the front office, and even international headlines. Whether it's Jameson Williams chasing greatness or Amon-Ra St. Brown chasing gold, the 2025 season already has drama written all over it. Every decision carries weight. Every game could shape the future. Lions fans, what do you think? Should the team go all in on Jameson, or is it time to prepare for life without him? And how do you feel about key players potentially missing camp for Olympic dreams? Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out one of the other videos on your screen for more exclusive Detroit Lions coverage. Let's hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments now.